Why most people give up too early. Don't make this mistake. Have you ever wondered why so many people quit just before success arrives? Why dreams that once burned so brightly suddenly fade into silence? Why paths full of promise end halfway, leaving behind regret and unfinished stories? The truth is shocking. Most people give up too early. Not because they lacked talent, not because they lacked opportunities, but because they let doubt, fear, and impatience take control. This is the mistake we must not repeat. And today, I want to take you on a journey, a story that will remind you why perseverance is the hidden force behind every victory. In a small town, there was a boy named Daniel. He was passionate about running. Every morning he would wake before dawn, tie his worn-out sneakers, and race against the wind. He dreamed of becoming a champion one day, to make his parents proud, and to prove that even a boy from a poor neighborhood could achieve greatness. At first, progress was slow. Daniel would lose many races at school. His classmates laughed, whispering, "He will never make it," but Daniel kept running. Day after day, he practiced alone on dusty roads. His legs ached, his breath burned, but his heart kept whispering, "Don't stop, keep going." One afternoon, after losing yet another local competition, Daniel sat on the grass with tears in his eyes. The voice of doubt grew louder than ever. Maybe I'm not cut out for this, maybe they're right. Maybe I should quit. How many times have you felt this way? When every effort seems wasted, when results refuse to show, when giving up feels easier than trying again. This is the exact moment where most people make the fatal mistake. They stop. They walk away. They close the book before the final chapter is written. But Daniel, something deep inside him refused to let go. He remembered his father's words, "Son, the darkest nights bring the brightest mornings." So he wiped his tears, stood up, and promised himself, "I will not quit. Not now. Not ever." Months passed. Daniel trained harder than ever. He ran in the rain, under the scorching sun, even when his body begged him to stop. Slowly, quietly, changes began to happen. His legs grew stronger. His lungs carried him farther. His speed increased. And one day, in a regional competition, Daniel crossed the finish line, third place. It wasn't victory yet. But for him, it was proof. Proof that persistence works. After that small victory, Daniel felt hope. But success is never a straight road. The next race, he stumbled and finished last. The disappointment cut deep. Why keep trying? That third place was just luck. Voices of doubt returned, louder than ever. And isn't that what happens in life? We take one small step forward, then face a setback, and suddenly, we convince ourselves that nothing has changed. That we are still the same as before. But here lies the truth: every setback is a setup for a greater comeback. Daniel almost gave in to the temptation to quit. He thought of throwing away his sneakers. But then he remembered the faces of his parents, working long hours, sacrificing everything so he could chase his dream. And he realized, quitting would mean wasting not just his effort, but theirs too. One evening, Daniel's coach told him, "Most people fail, not because they can't win, but because they give up right before they're about to succeed." The coach leaned closer and said something Daniel never forgot: "Life will test you hardest right before the breakthrough." That's the hidden test. Think about it. How many people stop digging just before they strike gold? How many give up one step away from success? How many close the door just before opportunity knocks? Daniel listened carefully. Those words planted a seed of unshakable determination in his heart. He decided that no matter how painful the journey became, he would endure. Because the test itself was proof that the breakthrough was near. Daniel's training reached a new level. While others slept, he ran. While others complained about pain, he embraced it. While others quit halfway, he whispered to himself, "I will not stop." The races grew tougher. the competitors stronger, the pressure heavier. But Daniel's willpower became his greatest weapon. He began winning small races, one after another. Crowds started noticing him. Teachers praised him. Even the classmates who once laughed, now watched in silence. But Daniel didn't run for their approval anymore. He ran for something deeper, to prove to himself that persistence beats talent when talent refuses to persist. The day of the national championship arrived. Daniel stood at the starting line, surrounded by the best runners in the country. The crowd roared, the sun burned, and his heart pounded like a drum. For a moment, doubt whispered again, "You don't belong here, you're not good enough," but then, another voice rose inside him, "Remember how far you've come. Remember why you never gave up." The gun fired. Daniel launched forward with every ounce of strength. The first lap was brutal. Competitors pushed, elbows clashed, breaths collided. By the second lap, his legs screamed with pain. His vision blurred. He felt the temptation to slow down, to let go. And that's exactly where most people give up. Right when it hurts the most. Right when victory is only one push away. But Daniel remembered his coach's words, "Life will test you hardest right before the breakthrough," so he pushed harder. Step after step, his body begged him to stop, but his spirit shouted, "Not yet. Keep going." On the final stretch, Daniel was in fourth place. The finish line glimmered ahead. The crowd screamed. His lungs burned like fire. Every part of him wanted to quit. But then, something shifted. He thought of every morning he woke up early. Every insult he endured. Every tear he shed. Every race he lost. And he realized, this was the moment he had been preparing for all along. With a surge of unstoppable determination, Daniel sprinted. He passed one runner. Then another. And with only meters left, he leaned forward, crossing the line in first place. The crowd erupted. His parents cried. And Daniel fell to his knees, not from exhaustion, but from the overwhelming truth, he had won because he refused to give up. Daniel's story is not just about running. It's about life. It's about dreams. It's about you, and the battles you face right now. You see, the reason most people never reach their goals is simple: they quit too early. They stop when it hurts. They stop when progress feels invisible. They stop when the finish line is just around the corner. But success belongs to those who endure the hardest moments, to those who push when everything screams stop, to those who understand that pain is temporary, but victory lasts forever. So remember this: don't make the mistake of quitting too early. Your breakthrough might be one more attempt away. One more push. One more step. Hold on. Keep going. And when the world tells you to give up, let your spirit answer with courage, "Not today. I am not stopping now." Because one day, when you finally cross your own finish line, you'll look back and realize, every tear, every struggle, every moment you wanted to quit, was the very reason you succeeded. If this story inspired you, don't let it stop here. Keep chasing your dreams, keep fighting your battles, and never forget, your breakthrough is closer than you think. If you found value in this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so we can keep learning and growing together. Here we learn, aspire, master, reflect, and evolve together. Until next time, don't quit too early, your success is waiting.